wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Scotty. You're watching Off Script. I'm back in the building again. You already know what it is. Probably the hardest working man on YouTube. You know, except kind of more than CFL, but he be dropping commitments like it's Lil Wayne mixtape. So he do be kind of getting me beat low. You know what I'm saying? And Blue be dropping predictions like Lil Wayne mixtapes too. So I guess I ain't the hardest working man, but I feel I am. My shows are a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot more. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so man, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Week 13, Baller Awards. We're in here today. All right, we're in here today. Let me make some announcements before I get into it. All right, listen. I apologize. I haven't been updating it like I'm supposed to. I promise you, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. Just make sure you leave a review. All right, go listen. Go check it out. Go leave a review. Tonight, I'm going to upload everything I've done this past week, and we're going to get it all put up and do the right thing. All right, my girl's going to hold me accountable. Trust me, she makes me get it done. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, join that. Go ahead, be that join. Go ahead, do that membership. Go ahead, do that membership. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get up on that membership. All right, go ahead, get that membership for the channel. You know what I'm saying? 3 tiers. You know, whatever you can do, whatever you can give. Appreciate it. All right. Announcement Monday. I keep forgetting it. I don't know if it's 7 or 7:30. I think it's 7:30. But the Afterglow show with Mr. Kofi Hemingway, it'll be on Monday. I think it's 7:30. I listen. It's like one of the only shows I really be like scheduling, and I still don't get it right. All right, so it's either 7 or 7:30. Just keep your notifications on. All right, just keep your notifications on. That's just what it is. All right. And also, this video is sponsored by Trophy Chasers Athletics. Man, you gotta go check out their gear. Really dope stuff. All right, really dope stuff. I got a couple of their shirts. They sent them to me. Love them, love their stuff. So Black owned. All right, so make sure you go check out their stuff. Like I said, really good stuff. High quality, man. Just go buy a shirt, man. Stop being cheap. All right, stop being cheap. All right, now let's get into these Baller Awards. You know, the only rule of the Baller Awards, because you know, as quick as you can get on, you can get off, and as quick as you got off, you can get back on. All right, but the only rule, and y'all know it, say it with me, please don't be emotional. All right, do not be emotional. All right, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for me. Just your tears everywhere. It's just not. All right. It's just not. So stop. All right. Don't do it. Just take it as it comes. All right. Just take it as it comes. Now, before I get into it, also call-ins are after the award show. All right. This one's going to be a little longer than normal, so I'm apologize. All right. I'm apologize. It's going to be a little longer than normal. Next. So now let's get into it. But before I do, hey, FAMU fans. Did y'all remember what I said? Y'all didn't remember. Y'all didn't. Yeah. Let me help you out. Because y'all have a hard time remembering. So let me help you out. 45, FAMU 35. Now, I'm going to say this. And I'm going to say it right now because I put everything on wax. If FAMU goes out and puts up just looks like they should not be on the field, I'm going to be so disheartened. I'm going to be so disheartened in this game because I'm going to be like, everything. I don't want to say everything. That's kind of, no, everything y'all did this year was phony. If you go out here and look like you should not be on this field with this team, everything you did this year was phony. I'm gonna just say that. Now, if you compete from beginning to the end, or come back after halftime and you look resurged and you make a push, I will give all kudos to what you guys accomplished this year, going 9-2. But let me tell you this. Come out there and put up 7 points in this 45-7 or 35-7 or 45-10. Come do some foolishness like that. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to watch my show on Sunday. You don't. Because I'm going to mollywop you. All right? I'm going to freaking mollywop you. That would be a insurmountable. I mean, listen, don't even turn it on. Just don't even come to YouTube and watch my shit. I'm telling you right now, because I'm gonna go ham. I'm gonna go ham. So that's my thing. So just know, listen, I warned you on Friday. Okay? So let's just, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it like a black mama. You're going to take this ass whooping today. So I would advise you, if you're a FAMU fan, you might want to click off. That's all I'm going to say. And if you have any dealings with the administration of FAMU, you might want to click off. I just want to be very clear about that. All right. Let's get it popping. Ball Awards. First up, Coach Dancy. Okay, you know what it is. And Coach Kit Nevins, offensive coordinator. Listen, I did not call this upset. I usually pick Valley for a lot of what I do. I didn't. Shout out to Blue, because Blue did pick the upset. He made me hit the upset alert and everything. Called it from the jump. So, Blue, shout out to you. You did that, all right? Coach Dancy, I keep telling y'all Bamas, he does so much with so little. He does so much for so little. But y'all over here hiring real estate agents. Y'all over here hiring real estate agents. And you got that bad man, Coach Dancy, down there winning at Valley. It's frustrated. Come on, man. Hiring real estate agents. And Bama's is out here winning games, man. Come on, man. Come on. Let me fix this camera real quick. Much better. Much better. It's too much headroom. I felt small. All right. Next up. Blue. I know you remember when I said he's a top 3 running back. Remember on the round table when the guy asked us, said, hey, who's your top 3 running backs? I said Bishop, Caleb, and I think I went with Quayshawn Bird or Caleb. I think I went with Kobe Dillon. But I put Caleb. It was my top 2 is Bishop Bonnet and Caleb. It's looking real nice right now. 40 carries, 193 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I'm not going to say whose stat line should have looked like that on Saturday. I'm not going to say whose stat line should have looked like that on Saturday other than Caleb Johnson. I'm not going to say that, okay? I'm not going to say that. But Caleb Johnson, red shirt sophomore, Valley. He's going to be a problem for a long time, okay? And then the backup, he's even nastier, okay? Man, listen, y'all keep fucking around with Valley if you want to. Keep playing around with Valley if you want to, all right? They gave him 40 carries. He took them to the promised land like Moses. All right. Took him to the promised land like Moses. Like I said, I'm not going to say who should have had that stat line, but you already know. Listen, man, I think some people, it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet. It doesn't always show up. Their production, their productivity doesn't always show up in the stat sheet. I got to give credit to Jerry Gardner for riding with Valley to the end of his career. A lot of players could have jumped in the transfer portal. He could have left and been an impact player wherever else he went to. but he wrote it out at Valley. He did his time. He didn't quit on them. He didn't leave. I'm not saying if you go to the transfer portal, you quit. I'm not saying that. So I don't want people to think you're a free agent. Do what you want. But I'm just saying, you got to respect a player, a senior of his caliber, that he decided to ride with Valley and Coach Dancy all the way to the end. It didn't look good. It wasn't always the best. But this year, he probably got the most satisfaction from that team because they were competitive at every level. At every game, other than the A&M game, they were competitive at every single stop. So kudos to Jerry, the DN for Valley, for riding it out for all those years, bro. Real talk, man. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I gotta give you your respect where respect is due, man. Shout out to you and respect for you. You riding with Valley as long as you did, man. Next up, Baller Award. Valley defense. Kenneth Martin, Ritter, Mark Gladney, all them boys over there. Getting it done. That PV offense looked mundane. That PV offense looked mundane. Oh, come on, somebody. That's what you do, Valley. Do what you thing. All right. Listen, this dude right here. You know I've been a fan. I've been on Ja'Cory Rankin since the FAMU game. I'm like, yo, this kid different. He play like he's 6'4", but he got to be like 5'11", maybe 5'10". And he's probably like one of the best go up and go get it and straight burners in the SWAC. Like legit, that boy is a straight burner. Shout out to Ja'Cory Rankin. I got to give this man a nickname. It's going to come to me. It's going to hit me one day. One day it's just going to hit my spirit. I'm like, that's the nickname. All right. So I haven't figured out one yet, but Ja'Cory, I'm going to give you one because you deserve one. All right. You definitely deserve one. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You are the homer. You're like the Deshaun Jackson of the SWAC for me. When your team needs a big play, you always come through. All right. You always come through. I'm just telling you, it's just something about you big play guy. All right, Deshaun Jackson. That's what he reminds me of, Deshaun Jackson. Next up, listen. There ain't no race in the Baller Awards. There is no race associated with the Baller Awards. All right, I don't care what conference you in. You played a SWAC team, and you did your duty. You're getting a Ball Award. That big 6'7" Big Ben London leading tower, Cole Kelly. That boy's a cold sub, a cold killer, a cold man in hell. Yeah, that boy nasty. He was out there looking like, oh, what we doing? Pick apart, surgeon. Can't stop me. Like, come on, man. Isaiah Land still don't know what that boy looked like. Isaiah Land don't even know if he's black or white. Isaiah Land don't even know his number. Oh man. Isaiah Land said, yo, Southeastern had a quarterback? I didn't even see him. What? Where was he at? I'm like, bro, he was in the pocket. You didn't get close. You ain't see him? Y'all must have been in 2 different area codes. Must have been in 2 different area codes. All right. Man. Oh, gotta do. I got you, Blue. Hold on, let me get to him. Go, Kelly! Come on, man. Yeah, like my granddad would say, that's a biggin right there. He's a biggin. Yeah, he's a biggin for real. Man. He said Isaiah Land equals Stevie Wonder. Couldn't even see him. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, man, that's funny. All right, next up, Ball Awards. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. My bell. Ring it. Dog, this boy was hitting. This boy was straight hitting. like nobody's business. He was looking like, man, listen, that boy clocked in at 7 and then clock out until 10. He was on the clock all damn night. All night. He was on the clock. If you had 11 Marquise Bells, this game would have been a lot closer. Probably would have been 7-0. All right. Just calling it what it is. If you had 11 Marquise Bells, you know what? Give me 5 Marquise Bells, right? Give me 3 Colliers and give me 3 Savion Williams. 7-0. 7-0. All right. Shout out to Antoine Collier. Listen, if you haven't seen that hit, if you have not seen that hit by Antoine Collier on the tight end, he had seek and destroy locked in his mind like a straight missile. All right. Straight missile. He had bad intentions from the jump. From the jump. All right. I mean, put everything in his life was behind that hit, and his shoulder paid for it too. But he did his thing. And shout out to DMV. You're good with me. All right. That's my boy Savion Williams, number 0. Came to play on the D line, doing his thing. Shout out to him. All right. Shout out to him. Did your thing, man. They needed about 3 of you on the D line, and then maybe I could have got a little bit more sacks because the sack leader was nowhere to be found. But that's to each his own. To each his own. All right, next up, Baller Awards. Listen, shout out to the Human Jukebox for winning the Battle of the Bands. Okay, because I actually watched it. Shout out to Showtime. I watched it on Showtime when I was driving back from Ohio. So shout out to him. He was live streaming the Battle of the Bands. Listen, the Human Jukebox was they're just better. They're just better. All right. Since we are talking about bands, you know what I'm saying? Since y'all want me to get more to the bands, I'm just telling you, Southern Band was just on another level, with their arrangement. I think that's what they call it. But yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say. Great job. Great job, Southern. Next up, all right. Baller Awards interim head coach Taran Graves of Grambling got him a dub at the Bayou Classic. Shout out to him. Big win. All right. Pride was like, do it for the Gipper, do it for Fobs. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Congratulations on your first win as an interim head coach. Probably your last, but teach his own. You got to get you one first. All right. Got to get you ones. All right. Next up, Baller Awards. This stat line is so ugly. God. This is an ugly ass stat line. But hey, listen, Elijah Walker, you did your thing, my boy. You got it. You somewhat came to play. I mean, you won the game. All right. You didn't put your team in a bad position. So Baller Award to you, my guy. Baller Award to you. All right. Next up, CJ Russell. Grambling running back, 21 carries, 101 yards. I don't want to say who else stat line should have looked like this. It's a lot of other running backs stat line that could have looked like this, but to each his own. Good job, CJ, for the putting in the work. Listen, I watched a little bit of that Grambling and Bayou Classic, and from my point of view, I don't know where Grambling was hiding these running backs, but them Bamas is whoa. You're lying. Yeah, call in for that one. Later in the show, though. Later in the show, after the show. But call in. That's gonna hurt. But I don't know where they was hiding their running backs at, but it is what it is. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy. Going to be crazy. Shout out to Greg White. 4 receptions, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. The Bayou Classic was making some big time grabs. All right, the end zone, the touchdown in the end zone was pretty dope. Got to give you credit for that. So it is what it is. All right, next up, Ethan Howard. This dude is nasty. I don't know how Southern does not listen. The next coach of Southern needs to make sure Ethan Howard is more. You can use Ethan Howard just like Cole Kelly used the Givens kid. All right. he can actually probably be better because he's way more athletic. Way more athletic. So you need to find an offensive coordinator who knows how to use tight ends, because in the SWAC, they're non-existent. Unless you're Kamari Everett, you're 6'6", 6'7", a walking billboard. That's the only time they use you. And then 9 times out of 10, they slide you out like a regular receiver. They don't even use you in a block. Oh, God, coaching this SWAC. Don't even get me started on coaching this SWAC. All right, shout out to Garrett Urban, MVP of the Bayou Classic, 5 field goals, including the game winner. All right, he did his thing. Shout out to you, my boy. Keep doing your thing. All right. And last but not least, in the Ball Awards, David Meningo, 3 receptions, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. The reason I gave him a Ball Award, I know his stat line is a little iffy, but he didn't have big drops, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I had to give him to him. He did, he made the score respectable by making his touchdown catch and things like that. So it's what it is. All right. So just had to do what it is. What y'all all been waiting for. The Shoulda Stayed at Home Awards. All right. So listen. Give me some time because we're gonna be here for a minute. All right. First up. Come on, man. You the head guy. You gonna get this first work. All right. So I'm gonna say this. All those running backs, 40 attempts, 21 attempts. How you do not go into the game. And he's a two-time winner because it's the same shit that happened at Jackson State. All right. So that's why he's a 2-time winner. So you go into a game knowing that they just gave up over 200 yards on the ground against Nichols. And you come in and you have your quarterback go for 19 of 40. You had Rashawn Mckay, not Shedeur Sanders, not Aquill Glass, not Jawan Pass. Damn it, not even your own. I don't even think Cole Kelly went for 40 passes. Let me check the stat line. Did he even go for 40 attempts? He went. Cole Kelly, the Walter Payton Award winner, went for 45. Rashawn Mckay threw for 40 like he nice, like he that dude. So listen, head coach Willie Simmons, let me give you something.
Stay off the damn weed.
You must have missed that. Let me do it again.
Stay off the damn weed.
Because the mere fact that you thought it was a good idea to give your best running back, the best running back in the SWAC, in my opinion, Bishop Bonnet, 9 carries. I'll say that again. 9 carries. Something is wrong with you. I'm just saying, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with your game planning. Something's wrong with your play calling. Listen. Oh, and it gets worse. It gets worse. Next up, the co-offensive coordinator, Kenneth Black. You get this same shit. Should have been at the house eating bonbons. You get this work too, sir. Horrible planning. You know who should have been calling plays? None of y'all Bama should have been calling plays. Not you, not Willie. Next up, not you. Co-offensive coordinator. I went down the FAMU staff directory list for this. I wanted to make sure I got all you Bamas who had an O in front of their name. Offensive this, offensive that. Oh yeah, y'all all holding this L tonight. And I did it individually. I want everybody to know your names, okay? So when they think of trash play calling, all right, they start seeing faces. They start seeing names. That's what I wanted to do. All right. I went down you're damn right. Went down the FAMU staff directory list. All right. That's what it is. Next up, the passing game coordinator. I ain't even know. You need to be immediately removed. Immediately. That you, co-offensive coordinator Ryan Stanchek, him, Kenneth Black, him, because y'all probably all in the same room. That's usually how all cult guys do it. You know, when y'all co-mingling ideas, and the head guy, all y'all. And then you go back to the passing game coordinator. You trash. All y'all getting this work today, passing game coordinator. Yeah, 19 or 40. How'd that look out for you? How'd that work out for you? How did that work out for you? All right. Next up, the running backs coach. You know why? You ain't fight hard enough. You did not fight hard enough for your guys. So you getting this work too. And I want y'all. If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not. I'm not. Not today. Not today. I'm with the shit tonight. I told y'all, all you Bammers, you, especially you, and you, Shane Tucker, you a running backs coach. How you let your boys go out like that? How you let your boys go out like that, Shane? Listen, I'm telling you right now, if I was Bishop Bonnet my last game of my collegiate career, listen, we all gonna have to sit down and talk. Because I really want to throw hands. I would really want to throw hands. In the biggest game, I've been here 6 years. We're in the playoffs, the biggest game, and you give me 9 carries? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot. All right, don't worry about it. I'm going to meet you in the parking lot. Next up, the grad assistants. Oh, yeah. You had an O in front of your name, too. Offensive grad assistants. Y'all didn't do enough to make them. Listen, should have brought them more coffee. You didn't do your jobs either. Should have got them better game plans, grad assistants, Evan and Randolph. Yeah, I told you I went down to staff directly. All y'all Bammers with O's in front of y'all titles, y'all getting this work tonight. Because offensively, y'all ain't do shit right. You didn't do shit right. And y'all call yourself offensive-minded guys. How? Everybody who's not a football pundit was like, hey, they should run the ball. They should play keep away. Time of possession, say you'll be your best friend. Oh, no, I'm Willie Simmons. I'm Kenneth Black. I'm Ryan Stanchek. Oh, I'm the passing game coordinator. We gonna let Mckay throw it 40 times. That's what we gonna do. That's what we no. We smarter than the average bear. That's what we gonna do. We gonna have Mckay throw it 40 times. I like that idea. You like that? This how it went down. Right? That's how it went down. Your head coach walked in and said, hey, guys, what's the game plan for this week? All right, what we thinking? How we looking? Then Kenneth Black said, hey, Rashawn Mckay's looking pretty good. I think he can go head-to-head with Cole Kelly. And then as the co-offensive coordinator, Ryan Stanchek, you know what he did? Oh, yeah, I agree, Kenneth. I agree all the way. He's white. I agree, Kenneth, all the way. It's a great idea. Passing game coordinator says, oh, yeah, I got just the plays. To run. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment. And then the running back coach is like, these niggas dumb as hell. Hey, Coach Willie Simmons, you know what Willie Simmons says? Shut your mouth and know your role, running backs coach. That's what happened to him. That's what happened to Shane. And then the grad assistants, they come in and says, hey, coaches, you need a little bit more coffee? Okay, I'll go get you that right away. You said you want a latte with extra foam, no milk? Okay. They're messing up orders. They end up messing up orders because they're grad assistants. All right. So that's how that all went down. That's how that all went down. I'm just telling you how the conversation went. I'm just telling you how the conversation went. If I was a fly on the wall, I believe that's exactly what it went. That's exactly how it would have went down. So, still going. The director of equipment, Doug Lipscomb. Yep. You should get this work too. My man, I'm looking at players pulling up their pants. Where the hell they belts at? Director of equipment, Doug Lipscomb. Yeah, you getting this work too. I told you, I'm going down the whole administrative, all the football people. Where they belts at? I'm looking at Bishop Bonnet. I'm seeing Under Armour draws every time he run the ball. I'm like, damn, bro, where your belt at? I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, yeah, you getting this work too. You getting this work too. So, from the top to the bottom, man. What? Yeah, you damn right, babe. The director of equipment, because the kids didn't have belts. I saw that. Yeah, didn't have no belts. He getting to work too. Huh. Director of equipment. Yeah, so when y'all see these Bama's names, go look at the FAMU staff directory. You see faces. You start seeing faces to see what foolishness FAMU had brought. And then at the end of the day, the HBCU as a whole. This was a representation of the bad coaching. I'm sorry. You can say Willie Simmons turned us around. Okay, cool. But when big games happen, he gets small. His staff gets even smaller. The director of equipment don't bring extra belts. Grad assistants don't bring coffee. Everybody, running backs, coaches, don't take up for their boys. That's it. So, yeah, next up, Game Manager of the Year. Ain't that what y'all was talking about? Ain't that what y'all talking about? What we doing? Ain't that what y'all was saying? 18 or 40. What percentage is that, by the way? What is that like? Man, what's the math on that? What is 18? What's the throwing percentage on that? Jesus. Somebody in the comments hit me with the math on that. What is 18 or 40? You know what I'm saying? What is that? What percentage is that? What's that like? 18, 30. What's that like? 36%? 45%. 45% for the game. Now, I'll give you this, though. I will give you this. There were a lot of drops, McKay. There were a lot of drops. I will give you that every day of the week. I'll give you that. So I won't take that away from you. You had a lot of drops from players that usually show up, and they didn't show up for you. All right. So is that his football number? Is that his number? You're lying. All right. So I have to give you that. All right. I have to give you that. But you still should have stayed your ass at the house. You should have been right next to me watching FAMU on YouTube. That's what you should have been. Matter of fact, if I'm being honest though, the mere fact that your coaches thought you throwing the ball 40 times would be effective, I shouldn't even have you on this list, if I'm being honest, because it goes back to them thinking that was the right way to do it. You're going against the Walter Payton Award winner. He threw 35 or 45 or 34 or 45. You threw 18 or 40. See the difference? See the difference? See the difference? It's levels to this. That game manager of the year stuff work when you're playing against UAPB, when you're playing against Alabama State. When you playing teams like that, you looking real good. When you play Jackson State, what you look like? Deer in headlights. When you play Alabama A&M, we know God forbid, they know they ain't got no defense. Just saying. Next up, oh yeah. Could have left you at the house, my boy. Could have left you all the way at the house, my boy. This stat line is not the indictment on the game you had. All right, so if people were just watching stats, they'd be like, oh my God, X-Man, he had a pretty good hell to the no, he didn't. It was a wrong time not to show up, and this brother here did not show up at all. At all. So, listen, don't let the stats fool you on this one. If you didn't watch the game, he was so not himself. I don't know who jumped in his body. I don't know if Rashawn Mckay touched him a little too much. I don't know if the passing game coordinator scared him before. He couldn't catch a cold. Listen, Couldn't catch a cold butt naked in Alaska. Couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. I'm telling you, it was bad. It was bad. All right. X-Man, more like X dropped. Like, it was a God, look. Like, whoo. X gonna drop it for you. He gonna drop it for you. X gonna drop it for you. He was bad. Oh, Jesus, he was bad. Woo-wee. Man. Boy, all right, listen. I don't know if they got a Costco down in Hammond, but he should have went and go bought. He should have bought a bulk load of hands. He should have went to Costco and said, "Y'all selling hands in bulk? Are you selling hands in bulk?" You're not. Damn. Left them in Tallahassee. I left my hands just like the equipment manager left the belts in Tallahassee. X left his hands in Tallahassee. That's just. Whew, it was not good. Not good at all. All right, next up. Jawan Pass. Boy, Valley made you look mundane. 1, 2, 3, mundane. Yo, you look bad, awful, god awful. Like, whoo. And if that was, listen, if I had money to blow, I wouldn't bet on you to beat Jackson State. I wouldn't bet a nickel, a shiny nickel for you to beat Jackson State after what you just put on Valley. After you just put that on, and you put that on tape. You put that on tape. And I'm not even trying to disrespect Valley because they took the top 2 teams down to the wire. So it's not even about Valley because usually they do that at their home field. You know, they got that voodoo magic in that field. I keep saying that, but y'all don't believe me, but they got some voodoo magic. Man, listen. The way you played on Saturday, you wouldn't be worth a wooden nickel. You wouldn't be worth the pennies that you go to the museum where you put the penny in and you like crank the machine and they give you out like a penny with like a cool emblem. You're not even worth that, bro. You wouldn't even worth that on Saturday. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. So, whoo, that was just a bad look all around. That was just whoo. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I couldn't even. And last but not least, this dude. Listen. I don't know how you are. How are you getting looked at for the head coaching job for Southern, and you're getting beat by Incarnate Word. You're losing a Valley. Which I think you lost to. Who else you lose to? You lost to Alcorn. Like, bro, like you listen. If great timing was a person, you would have a picture. Because it literally is this perfect timing. Dion has buzz. You're winning at PV. Southern's like, oh, he's an old guy. So you're like first on their list to hire. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And everybody I talk to, all they say is, Dooley's a good guy. Dooley's a real good guy. He's just a really good guy. Really good coach. Really good guy. Just love him. Just want to hug him. Oh, and he can recruit Baton Rouge really well. Okay, and Dion recruits nationally very well. What are we doing? Like, that's not even the same, but if that's what y'all want to go with, man, I'm just say it with me. 1, 2, Monday. He can dress though. He can definitely do that. He got them pocket squares on lock. You got the pocket squares. He's one of them people. Fake it till you make it, baby. Fake it till you make it. All right, last, and this is it. Black Monday. If you're an NFL guy and call lines are open, all right. So if you guys want to call in, call lines are now.
You are the only
open.
participant in the conference.
If you want to, Black Monday, you already know. If you're an NFL person, you already know what Black Monday is. These two guys. Black Monday. You know who's gonna have jobs? You know who have jobs at Southern? Not on Black Monday. Everybody go. All right. Get your shit, pack your bag, and get gone. All right. Because who gonna have jobs? Say it again, Keith. I freaking love that button, man. I freaking love that button. Oh, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yo, this is Reese.
What's up, Reese? Talk to me.
Yeah, I know I said in the chat, but breaking news for the ones that know, OJ is leaving A&M. He has entered to the transfer portal. So that's big news for A&M. Hopefully Conan Bennett could replace his position and have somebody good.
Man, that's a huge loss. That's such a huge loss, man. That is ridiculous. It's such a big loss. Such a big loss.
Yeah, losing him, D, of course Glass, and probably some other folks I'm forgetting. But we're gonna see how it turns out. That's all I want to say.
Wait, appreciate the call, Reese.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to. Hey, Hilaire, if you watching this, you probably do. If you watch it, make sure you I'll love to interview you. Love to interview you before you go. Oof, that's gonna be a tough one. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what up, bro? Anyway, bro, Seahawks beating the Washington all day tomorrow, bro. You already know that. The Washington coach getting fired.
Boy, this ain't even an NFL show. What are you talking about? You sound like you 8 years old. Already, bro. Already, bro. Yeah, bro. Already. Washington's gonna. Bro, what? Shut up. Sound like you 7. Oh man, that's gonna be huge. Definitely gotta talk to Hilaire. Gotta talk to him. I'm like, it's gonna hurt. Dang. All right. So listen, quick recap of my baller awards. All right. You know who I had to start it off with? Coach Dizzy! You already know. All right. Caleb Johnson, 40 carries, 193 yards, 2 tubs. Jerry Gardner, shout out to him for being a leader on this team and sticking with him. Valley's defense, Jacoy Rankin, the new Deshaun Jackson of the SWAC. Trust me when I tell you. What's up, little man?
What up, bro? Anyway, bro, Grambling literally destroyed Southern yesterday, bro.
How they destroy somebody? They beat them by a field goal.
Man, it's a joke, bro. Like, calm down, bro.
Man, I ain't got time for them little kids. All right, Cole Kelly, Marquise Bell, all right, Antoine Collier, Savion Williams, the human jukebox for winning the Battle of the Bands. Shout out to them. Interim head coach for Grambling, Elijah Walker. I don't know how I gave you a baller award with this stat line, but damn, when you put 19 carries for 168 yards on the ground, that's something special. All right, CJ Russell, Greg White, Ethan Howard, Garrett Urban, and David McGingo. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right, my boy. And I'll get to the Should Have Stayed at Home Awards recaps after I get with Mr. Ford. What's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Listen, as far as this Cole Kelly is concerned, I thought he was at about a 55 to 60 last night. I didn't think that he was in the zone. I didn't really think he was having an outstanding game. So I'm just saying, just imagine if he was in the zone and he was really doing it now, because I've seen it, from the films I watch. He plays much better than that.
Mm-hmm.
If that guy had been on, man, we could have been looking at 500 yards and maybe 60 points. But the main thing I called about tonight is I'm talking to some FAMU people today, and the thing is, they're not mad about that kid Mckay. What they're upset about is about this kid Sapp. According to them, Sapp had the better spring of all of the Florida A&M quarterbacks, and they can't understand why this kid wasn't given a chance. And so I would like for Mr. Campbell to talk about that. I wish we could talk more we could have a little round table right here, but I know I don't want to waste your time right now. But anyway, I want to know what's going on with what's the book on the Sap kid, because he came out of Jacksonville. He had 20. I think he had 20 offers from Division Ones. I'm talking about the ones with the 85 scholarships. And so I'd just like to know what's going on with that Sap kid. Why that kid wasn't given a chance to play this year? Listen, have a good night. And Mr. Campbell, if you can hear me, would you please call in and talk about that Sap kid? Why was that kid not given a chance? Okay, thank you, Hill.
No problem, Mr. Ford. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Ooh. Let me see. Cortez agree. Yeah, so it says Sap is literally skeleton on steroids, can't throw for nothing. Dang, that's cold-blooded. I'll see the real death of family losing. All the stuff this going to say. Oh, screw it. Yeah, it's all up to Mr. Campbell if he decides to call in. I've been saying them coach leaving, they losing talent. Mr. Either can. Listen, you don't, like I said, like if you watch the game, Mckay, if I was blaming it on like I said, 70% has to be on coaching for me. Because and I gotta go back and rewatch the game. But from what I'm seeing is just simple. Like the offensive scheme was just not there for me. But I gotta go back and watch it. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
All right, Scotty, what's going on? All right, let me say something to my nephew Blue, because I just saw some Blue. I think the kid from South Dakota State couldn't get into FAMU. That was the issue. Not that he wanted to go play for a national championship. Because for everything I've read is because it was something academically he could not qualify at Florida A&M. So I will verify that. But from everything I saw on the alumni boards, because of course we all talking about the quarterbacks we should have had, could have had, or would have had, and his name came up, and we had like 8 or 9 kids because of academics couldn't get into FAMU. So let's be clear on that. It wasn't that playing for a natty. That's not it. So now here's the thing about Sap. Because we all want to know about Sap. Big, strong kid, just like Mr. Ford said. But everybody I talked to said if that boy had to throw a football 2 feet, it would only go 1 foot in the right direction. Straight up. Had 0 accuracy. None. And as you can see, even with Mckay with that baseball arm, he at least could get it there. Mm-hmm. And Sap just couldn't throw the ball. It was just really that simple. But once it was what you about to ask?
No, my issue is why can't you do what? See, and this is once again it goes back to coaching. You have an athlete like that who can, like everybody said, big, strong, can run. You know, Cephas is no Cole Kelly, and they still use it. You know what I'm saying? They still use him. You gotta find a way to keep talent on the field.
Well, see, I don't think, but see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sap was not like Skelton, where he was just gonna come in there and change the pace of the game. He's not like Skelton. He's not. So just to put him in, that's fine. That kid from Southeast Louisiana is a better athlete than Sap on what they're trying to do. So the thing about it, and I think also too, you got to kind of know the mentality of your quarterback. I think what really tried to do, and if you watch again, I think anybody that cares about FAMU, and probably most people don't if you didn't go there, that documentary really says a lot of what Willie tried to do with Mckay. I think he hammered Mckay early. I don't think that kid responds well to that. I don't think that type of coaching is his thing. Willie dialed it down for that kid, made it simple. I don't think he started screaming out, and that kid got more comfortable. Because, man, sometimes you guys got to look at the cards you play. We all knew, and listen, man, let's cut all the BS. We doing all the joking and stuff. Now I'm talking real football now. We knew we had an average quarterback. That was no secret. Nobody came in there thought that kid was going to be an upper-level quarterback. Nobody that knew anything about football. He did not have the starting pedigree, and clearly he doesn't have the mechanics. You can see it. He's a baseball player. He slings the ball. He doesn't throw the ball. That's the difference. So you know what happened? And this is again what happened. Our defense carried us. We started making plays. The running game came on, but then we ran up. This is why I tried to tell everybody why I kind of wanted to play Kennesaw, because they run the ball. I thought we would have a better shot stopping the run than stopping that wide open pass attack. Well, we'll never know. We lost. That's what happened. We went down to Southeast and we lost. We lost to a better team. I'll accept that. There's nothing wrong with that. They were the better team. They had 4 all-conference offensive linemen. They got the Walter Payton Award winner. And Scotty, this is what you know. Me and you talked about this. This is very simple and swag. I can close my eyes and you tell me which team has the better quarterback. I can guarantee you we went to Vegas every time we'd win money, because that's how simple the swag is. Mm-hmm. You got the better quarterback. 9 out of 10 times that team is one, other than what happened with Prairie View and Valley, apparently. But other than that, the better quarterback wins. They had a much better quarterback. That was obvious. They had to want to play the award winner. That's obvious. So we took that L. We got our ass whooped. But you know what we got to do? And this is what I think people don't understand about the FAMU arrogance. That shit don't bother us, man. I'm telling you something, man. When you, and I'm not from Florida, when you run them cats from Miami, from Liberty City, and they are playing at Booker and Jackson and Northwestern against all them dudes, and they still think they're better than them dudes that went to Florida State, Miami, and Florida. It's a mentality that they have. So that permeates the whole school. So we don't be giving a damn. We're not scared of that. So we took the ass whooping, and we still gonna be talking shit. So that's just pretty much what it is. But Sap, to your point, because me and you sat there and watched the Valley game, and we saw that quarterback operate. Sap can't do that. He can't do what that Valley quarterback. He can't do what Body does. So why put him in there for it? And I give you an example. What game was that? Me and you had the broadcast, and they brought Sap in there. Was that the Southern game? And he screwed it up.
That
was Southern, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It was Southern.
Yeah, it was like, see, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm just saying, bro. We don't have a championship quarterback on that team right now. So we got to go in the portal and get a quarterback that can match the offensive and defensive talent we got. It's just that simple. JSU got a good quarterback. Guess what? They're in the SWAC championship game. Prairie View got a good quarterback. They're in the SWAC championship game. Everybody that got garbage quarterbacks like Grambling and Southern, their coaches are fired. It's simple, man. It's not that hard.
Nah, you're right. It's facts.
Come on.
You're right.
I mean, it really isn't. Because you talk about this all the time. And again, and I'm just going to say one other thing, too. What I do like, see, I give Deion credit, because when you're used to being average and everything is all good, everybody was doing the same thing. Deion came in there, was like, bro, we need training tables. We need extra helmets. We need this. That's stuff that all the FCS that Bruce talks about, them schools already have it. Go look at Kennesaw State's athletic facility. Kennesaw State. That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is Kennesaw State. And I ain't talking about, I'm not going to get into the politics, but I'm just talking about the simple stuff of having a training table. You know what Maynard said? And what Eddie Robinson said? We're going to get a training table now. That means they didn't have one, bro. How can you develop strong players like Southeastern? Because look at how big those offensive linemen were at Southeastern compared to FAMU and Jackson State. The only team that had big linemen like that, and this boy could have eaten gumbo, is Southern. Yeah. But I'm talking about big and strong. Southeastern had big, strong, nimble offensive linemen. When we tried to send a blitz, how many times do you see that guard kick out and catch that guy? Isaiah Land couldn't do nothing. Like I said, 74 put that boy in the dirt. But that boy's all conference. That boy's all conference. And you saw that. Plain and simple. So I'm not going to hate on nobody. I'm not going to hate on Southeastern. I'm not going to hate on Jackson State. I'm not going to hate on anybody. We took their ass whooping. So, but guess what? We're going to come right back to play next year. Because the one thing I will say, there's only one HBCU that is 18-5 the last 2 years. That's played. That's us. Period. But no, my man, but back to your point, he's just not Skelton, bro. He's just not. Sapp is not Skelton, and we know what McKay is. And the bottom, and the thing, I do have to get this off my chest. What is most disappointing, we all said what McKay needed to do. All McKay needed to do be 18-23, 220 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and let them boys the backfield run that ball. And it didn't happen. That's why I think a lot of people are upset. don't lose not doing your game plan. If they would have beat us doing our game plan,
you could rock with that.
I think everybody would have been good.
You'd be like, yeah, because if you would have, because I agree with you. Now I can rock with you on that storyline, because if you lose with McKay going 18 or 30, 18 or 25 or whatever, and you just couldn't run the ball, then people are going to say, damn, like that team was just better than them. But because nobody would have said, oh yeah, McKay needed to throw the ball more. No, and nobody's going to say.
Well, listen how asinine this is. Let's just say this again. If I close my eyes and you said we threw the ball 40 times, and how many times did we run the ball? Less than 25?
Yeah.
If you would have told me that, I would have been like, you out your damn mind. There's no way we throwing the ball 40 times. That's not even possible, even on Madden, that we would have done that. And that is the problem. There is no way that we should have got, and I'm telling you guys, I saw it happening. They looked at that tape of those other teams. You cannot be something that you're not. And those guys look at that and they say, well, they're soft on the defensive backfield. We're going to throw the ball. And then guess what happened? X drops the ball. Another guy drops the ball. Now all of a sudden we behind the chains. Because if we would have ran the ball with Bonnet and the other boy, guess what? We would have been at third down, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2. You think that's an easier throw to make?
Facts.
You think that's a little bit less pressure to make?
Facts.
Than being at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9? See, these things start compounding themselves when you know about football, when you get away. You got to have a short chain on that 3rd down for a team like FAMU. They can't be going 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. Because then guess what everybody's trying to do? Because you know what happened to X? I got to make a play. We 3rd and 8. I got to make a play. And he was running before he caught the ball. I went back and watched it. And every one of those drops, his feet was moving and his hands were not catching the ball. This is crazy. Come on, man. This is crazy. So it's just what it is. So, I see what Blue is saying. And like I say, hey, Blue, I'm going to verify that. Because like I say, I'm just telling you. And he said, and Sanford ain't FAMU. Just be clear. So they ain't. So I don't know where y'all getting that from. So that's not. So stop it on that. They ain't. And we are. And I'll tell you another thing too. Even Dion said, everybody from Jackson State will know this. Dion even said the SWAC has crazy rules about bringing in people.
Facts.
Jackson State got 7 players that Dion said would have started, but it was some SWAC crazy eligibility. So that's really, it has a lot to do with it. But Scotty, back to what we were talking about and stuff. FAMU came down there with a game plan, we thought. And a game plan that we saw that even you begrudgingly said, hey, man, y'all looking kind of good these last 3 games. Because we were playing the way we were supposed to play. Then we go down to Southeast Louisiana, and then we look like when we played Jackson State. I was like, what did I text you? I said, Will ain't screamed at McKay like this is the JSU game. That's when I knew our ass was in trouble. I knew when I saw him screaming and doing that because he was telling him you don't see. I'm like, bruh, he ain't had to see that the last 8 games because he's been handing the ball to Bishop Bonnet. You're asking him to do things he hadn't done in 8 games. So that's it, man. So that's plain and simple. So again, I'm going to verify that thing about the quarterback but again, that's what we've been saying in the chat. I'm going to verify that and stuff. So again, not disrespecting Blue because Blue, let me just say this. I want to give a shout out to Blue. I appreciate all you guys focusing and bringing attention to HBCU football. It's been awesome. You guys have done a great job. The breakdowns, a lot of my classmates said, hey, man, this is awesome. We haven't seen that. So it's respect to all y'all. Even you, Scotty, and everybody hates your ass from FAMU right now. You better not bring your ass to that ass. Because they hate you like JSU for. I say, hey, man, that's my guy. He's already like, Steve, we're going to kick his ass. Talking about family. But that's okay. That's okay. So it's all good, man. All right, man. Appreciate you giving me this time to let everybody know what's going on, FAMU.
No problem. Appreciate it. Hey, let me say something real quick. This is not right. Getting behind the chains hurts all offenses. This is not right. This is if you're an offense that's predicated on big plays, you getting big behind the chains doesn't affect you as much as other teams. Like, let's be real. If you're a run first team and you're behind the chains, if you're a Southern, you're behind the chains. If you're a Valley, you're behind the chains. Like, yes, teams that like Alabama A&M, teams that love to throw the ball, they love to get up and down the field. That does not affect them. All right. So this is not a true statement for all offenses, and you should know that. Come on, then, boys. You're smarter than that. I've come on, man. Come on, man. You better than that. Stop it. You're better than that. So, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Listen, I was trying to see if you could. I wanted to talk with Mr. Campbell, man. I don't know if you can do it or not.
I could, but he hung up. I'm sorry.
Okay. I have some questions for him, but if you can't, just let me know. I'll hang up, and if you can get him back, I have some questions I want to throw at him.
Hey, no problem.
But just let.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, no problem.
Just call me. I mean, let me know. Okay. I'll hang up and. All right. You just let me know.
All right, too easy. Okay. Hey, Mr. Campbell, hey, call back in, and we can set that up. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm good. What's up, Mr. Randy? Talk to me.
First of all, Scott, just want to say good job, and your platform has really brought a lot of attention to the swag, and you need to be recognized for that. The young lady called in yesterday. I must give you props because you held your composure. She was very disrespectful. You know, I have no problem her dishing it out, but she can't take it. And you held your composure very well. But what I wanted to say real quick was, you mentioned earlier in the year about having two teams to go to the playoffs for the first, second place in the East and West, and that's one way we can keep the attention focused on
keep the football alive.
The centennial, on the playoff scene. I think we need to do that because it hurts teams like Florida A&M that I think should have been playing, for the SWAC championship. And Florida A&M, we got exposed. And you were right. We are part one of the league. Let's face it. And we got to start recognizing that when you call stuff out, we can't take it personal. You've been correct, and we get upset when things are called out. And you're right. SWAC football is part one, and we're gonna have to expand our brand. That's the only way because for them got exposed yesterday. It was bad, real bad.
It was, and to me, it's like. You got exposed. You didn't get the funny thing is though, Mr. Nash, like they didn't get exposed talent wise, like maybe in the trenches a little bit, but they got exposed coaching. Like that to me is the biggest indictment of everything. You got exposed coaching. Like your coaching, you like let Mr. I don't know, his name was C-Folk or C-Fo, whatever his name was. He coached circles around you. Circles.
Scott, and like I say, the quarterback play for SWAC this year has not been good, and if we just want to keep it in house, then we need to come up with a better system to expand our brand. Because right now, we look bad. SWAC look bad, and like I say, like. Everybody talk about Dion, and Dion came in. He brought some attention to the SWAC, but outside Dion, what else can we talk about in SWAC? None. But your platform has really been good for us, Scotty. I hope you can get the commissioner of the SWAC on your show, and so we can come up with some ideas how to better expand the brand. And I just want to say, man, you have done an outstanding job. Keep it up. Hey, and I have something for you. Do you have you have my number, right?
Yeah, I got your number, Mr. Nash.
You need to give me a call. I got something for that I think you may like.
All right, but I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up tomorrow on Monday.
No problem. Take care, man. Good job.
All right, Mr. Nash. Thank you so much.
One thing, Scott, I forgot to mention this. I watch the game on TV, and I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at this right. Our offense coordinator for Alcorn, he got to go. Somebody please tell me why we were not giving number 31 the ball more. Why we did not run him more. I just need to know. I got so frustrated. Tell me. And I stopped watching it when it was third down at midfield, and we did a rollout with Felix.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that play to me still bothers my head, but once again, it goes back to coaching. It goes back to coaching. I mean, we can all try to negate it and like, oh, this, that, and the third. It goes back to coaching. There's not a great deal of high level acumen coaching. All right, it's really not. And I hate to say that because I don't want to say these coaches are dumb. These coaches are not dumb by any means. What I'm saying is they're okay with the status quo. And Mr. Ford has said it before. There's no innovation. There's no life and blood. Like, I love Coach May. If anybody goes watch Coach Maynard's play calling, you'll see what I'm talking about with innovation. Like, and he is doing it at a level. If he just got a defense, it'll be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, TC Taylor he's kind of getting his chops together with play calling and things like that. I mean, it's just. And a lot of times play calling isn't even creativity. It's just knowing when to call something, when to stick with something, when to go with something. You know what I'm saying? This little stuff like that.
Because Alcorn played better than what I thought they were going to play. The defense played their butt off. Going into the first, at the end of the half, if the defensive back would have picked that ball off on the go.
On the Shador. Yeah, you got to make plays like that. Yeah. You can't give opportunities like that.
Alcorn played well enough to win. If we just would have kept giving the ball to Taylor, what I'm saying, just keep it simple. Yeah. And I think he just tried to put the game in Sealer's hand. We didn't need to. Just run the ball. Taylor was killing them. Yeah. I don't know how many carries we had, but he should have had 10 more.
Not enough. But I appreciate the call, Mr. Nash.
All right, take care now. Peace.
I disagree with bro. Oh my gosh. All your top teams have been mollywopped by everybody outside the FCS. Not everybody, because PV beat Houston Baptist, but all the top level FCS teams have demolished your teams. FAMU demolished by Southeastern, and this is the Southland. This ain't the Missouri Valley. It's the Southland. Okay. Hey, Mr. Ford, call back in. Mr. Campbell's on the line. So, Mr. Campbell, I'm gonna keep you on hold. Mr. Ford, call in. Mr. Campbell's on the line. All right. So Kendrick Smith. All right. Stop it. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, Off Script, how you doing, man? Love your show. Love everything. Talking about, of course, this is John B from H-Town.
Talk to me.
Challenge you again about the game this past week, and I saw the game as well. And before I want to get into that, let's give an honorable mention to Bowie State, who actually is going to the Elite Eight.
Come on, man.
Elite Eight of the Division II playoffs. Them boys got a chance to win the whole damn thing. So I'm going to leave that alone right now because this is talking about FCS stuff. And let me say this also. Now, I know folks been killing FAMU right about now. And rightfully so. I wouldn't say that. I'll say that FAMU never, ever gave up. They kept fighting. They kept pushing. I think that FAM was overmatched. And I think we also learned that 9-2 in the SWAC is different than 9-2 in the Valley or 9-2 in the Big Sky.
Thank you.
As the saying goes, there are levels to this. There are differences. Now, people say, okay, what can we do to improve things? Okay, first of all, scheduling. You got to start playing teams like this during the regular season, not just the postseason. Stop these D2, I call them for the culture games. Guys, look, I get that playing in school like a Miles or something like that is good. It's going to get people in the stands and whatnot, but it doesn't get you ready for this next level. It doesn't get you there. So I think that, and of course, I do give FAM props for at least playing those kind of games. Yeah. Postseason stuff, I think matters. I will say this though, FAM, I guess with the SWAC in general, and I think the SWAC did get exposed a little bit because what happened to FAM last night would have happened to any school in the SWAC.
Facts.
Because of who you schedule. When you have like schools with like schedule strength of like 99 and lower going to postseason, gosh, you're not going to win anything. So got to step it up scheduling wise. And that's all I got.
Hey, appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I want to, before I bring on Mr. Campbell and Mr. Ford, I want to say this, right? This is what happens when you have a Bowie State team. I want to explain people who keep saying, oh, we're fine playing the SWAC, right? We're fine playing the SWAC. We're fine playing the SWAC. This is what happens when you're Bowie State. you have no choice but to step your game up because there is no bowl game to hide from the playoffs in Division II. You're not able to I'm just going to slide over here and do my own thing and I'm good with not doing anything else. D2 football does not have that, right? So Bowie State and the head coach, they have to recruit at a level to compete at a high Division II playoff level. They have to. So every year they kept getting a butt whoop. It got them better. It got them better because you have to take lumps to get to somewhere. You got to take the lumps to get to somewhere, right? So instead of them ducking out of it and say, you know what, we're just going to do a Division II bowl game and we're going to be okay with that. And we're going to get guaranteed money and pay and all this, that, and the third. No, they had to take their lumps. They recruited. They worked their butt off. The coaching got better. And now look what they're at, Elite Eight for the first time in school history. Like, it takes time to build something. And if you have the right coach, the right mindset, it goes. It will get there. It'll get there. But we'll see. We shall see. All right.
It will get there.
All right, y'all both on. Mr. Campbell, Mr. Ford, y'all both on.
Okay, let me start with this. Mr. Campbell, Scotty had an idea that I disagreed with originally when he proposed it. He basically said we should have a tournament for the positions in the Celebration Bowl. Now, the reason I'm for it now, because I feel that the Celebration Bowl this year should have been a rematch between Jackson State and Florida A&M. I want to hear your take on that.
Well, see, okay, Mr. Point, and I'm saying this with a lot of respect. I don't live by today. I live by yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. So let me ask you a question. What if Norfolk State had been 11-0? Would you have said the same thing?
No,
see, the problem is we're taking a snapshot in time and trying to determine something for 5 years down the road. So I can't determine how good a team in the MEAC is going to be next year and the year after that. Yeah, this going to be a bad matchup? Yeah, it's going to be a bad matchup. I've seen bad matchups in bowl games happen all the time. We're about to see a few of them since Ohio State has lost. So in the bigger bowls. So now what Scotty's thing is, from a standpoint, I like it. But what I'm saying, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying. Everybody, South Carolina State is 6-5, and we get rid of the Celebration Bowl. Okay, what if next year whoever the MEAC representative? Because let's be honest, Norfolk State bombed at the end of the year. They should have won those 2 or 3 games that they lost. There's no way they should have lost to Delaware. There's no way they should have lost to South Carolina State. They win those games. They got 8 wins, 9 wins, and nobody's even talking about it. And you know what? You got the storyline of Odom coming back. See, I took the team to the Celebration Bowl, Southern, and y'all asses looking for a new coach. See how that storyline changes just that quick?
Right.
See, this is I deal with reality and stuff like this. And let me just say something, because I know you got a couple of questions. To all my young folks, and I love it. I'm glad Scotty's age and under. Let me tell you a secret. The SWAC is 0-19 in the playoffs. Jerry Rice, them got their ass whooped. Them Jackson State Bomb Squad got their ass whooped. And you know what? All them boys still went to the pros, and they woke up the next day. So please stop it. The SWAC is, this is a problem we've had for 50 years. I hate to say it. SWAC is 0-19 in the playoffs.
Right.
All right, Mr. Ford, I just wanted to...
Yeah, let me give you my second question, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. I disagree when people say that the problem in the SWAC is the personnel, the players, that we don't have enough money. To me, the biggest problem with black colleges and with black college athletics is that we have corrupt presidents, we have inept faculty reps, we have inept athletic directors. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. For 20 years, they allowed Dennis Thomas to do absolutely nothing as commissioner of the MEAC. That's why they're 10 seconds from folding right now. Okay? That's an example of what I'm talking about. So I'm asking you, what do you see as the major problems at black colleges as far as athletics? For me, it's incompetent presidents, corrupt athletic directors, inept faculty reps. What do you say?
Okay, I'm gonna go Scott on you this one. When UAPB was playing that game, and I think they were playing Alcorn, and Doc Gamble didn't make that call? Was that because the AD and a bad president? When Willie Simmons got away from our game plan on Saturday, was that the president or the AD? See, some of this goes hand in hand, that we do have to be better on the field, tactically. Now, of course, what you're saying is, again, nepotism and all that, all of that's true, 100%. But I'm telling you, what I saw Saturday had nothing to do with who my president AD was. Zero.
Can I just say this right here, Mr. Campbell? Can I say this?
Please.
I go back and look at the Billy Joe years and all the success he had at Florida A&M. That started with Dr. Frederick Humphreys. Because if you go back and investigate those years, they didn't want Billy Joe. They wanted a guy who played for Florida A&M. And he told Dr. Humphreys that he wanted to be the head coach and the athletic director. Dr. Humphreys stated to him that we can't do that. So that got dropped out. It was Dr. Humphreys who went to Xenia, Ohio, and brought back Billy Joe. So what am I saying? Winning starts in the president's office. You know, like they bringing in this boy Eddie Robinson at Alabama State, and I'm for it. I'm a fan of Eddie's. I saw Eddie play several years at Alabama State. I saw him in the league, and like I said before, he represented the SWAC with class and dignity. But I don't think that Alabama State's going to win because they don't have the right person as president. Your thoughts on that?
No, I think we all agree. Eddie and I are the same age. He came into Alabama State when I came into FAMU. I saw them play. I saw them play Jackson State. So I've seen his career go as I've grown older. See, here's the problem. What I think Alabama State had. The question is, who were the other choices that they could have got? I think also they didn't have a lot of choices. Who was the choices?
I can tell you that right now. Kevin Sumlin was interested in the job. Hugh Jackson was interested. Kevin Sumlin.
Whoa. So wait, you're saying that Kevin Sumlin was interested in that job?
I have an email with a text message from a guy who sent it to me. Kevin Sumlin reached out to the AD and was interested in the job. Hugh Jackson was interested in the job. Al Pugh from Troy, the DB guy, was interested in the job. Like, they were hot. That's why the candidates have not came out. I got nothing but emails from pissed off Alabama State alumni who are hot about the decision of Eddie Robinson. That's why they haven't given out the candidates. The Alcorn defensive coordinator was interested in the position. Like, there was some high level guys. TC Taylor was interested in the position. Like, it was, let's not act like there's some people that you could really say, like, yo, like these dudes wanted the position.
But listen, I'm with Mr. Ford on this. That's malfeasance. Yeah. If you got a guy like Kevin Sumlin who's gotten 2 payouts from 2 schools now, from A&M and Arizona, because he don't need no money, okay? So money wasn't no issue. He's going to get paid for the next 6-7 years from them 2 schools alone. And that you did not pull the trigger on that guy, man, I'm sorry, but then, hey, I mean, that's bad.
Let me go to my next question. I know that's real bad. Let me go to my next question. According to the media, Florida International is interested in Courtney Gaucher as their next athletic director. My question to you, should FAM promote from within, or should they have a national search to bring in a replacement, hypothetically, if he leaves? Your thoughts on that?
I'm going to tell you something. I think FAMU has moved on from the nepotism. And I think we've also moved on from getting people that are not qualified. Case in point, Kellen Winslow, who drove FAMU into the ground. So I think with FAMU and where they're at, they would do a national search. They would get a young guy like Gaucher. We get from a reference from another AD, say, hey, this guy's ready to move up, and we get another young brother like that to come in. I don't think there would be a nepotism hire on that. I think we would go, because I think FAMU, especially where we're at right now, we're thinking bigger. So we want the best.
Right. My last question. My hometown is 50 miles from Florida A&M, where I'm from. I grew up on Florida A&M. I saw Jake Gaither as a child. The first team that Jake Gaither had that I really understood what they was doing, he had Ken Riley as quarterback. And here's the thing I want to say to you, and I want to hear your reaction to this. I'm hoping that Willie Simmons does not bring out that kid, Rashawn Mckay, next year. Why? Because let me tell you something. there's an ugly side to the Florida A&M alumni. They can do some really dirty things. And I know that Willie's a homeboy. Willie's from that Quincy, Havana area. He has a number of cousins up here in Atlanta who are all educators that I know. But let me just tell you something. FAMU is a school that's like a crack addict. Just like a crack addict got to have crack, FAMU got to have championships, because that's what old man Gaither built them. They feed on championships. They don't want to go 9-3. They don't want to go 8-2-1. They want a conference championship, a division championship, and a national championship. And it's proven. This Mckay kid, if you ask me, should have never started as a quarterback for Florida A&M. Florida A&M is too high caliber of a university for this kid. I've said it over and over. This kid has high school skills. Florida A&M is supposed to have a quarterback who the NFL or the Canadian League is looking at. That's how I feel about Florida A&M. My question to you, I'm asking you, I hope that Willie does not trot this boy out next year, because that Florida A&M alumni will turn on you. I don't give a damn if 5 of your uncles and aunts finish their school. They will turn on you because they feed off championships. Your response to that?
It's very obvious that you're not a fan of Rashawn Mckay. I'm just saying, just a little bit, huh? Just a tad bit, not a fan of his, right?
Well, here's the thing. I coach quarterbacks, and my thing with him is he has high school skills. I've watched high school kids on TV this year. That's 10 times better than him. One thing he can't do, he can't hit those wide receivers. Y'all got an awesome receiving core. And for some reason, he thinks the only person who can catch the ball is number 19, the Smith kid. All of your wide receivers can catch, but he only throws to one. The other thing he can't do, he can't quick strike anybody. Now, like you said earlier, and you're absolutely correct, he has a baseball arm. Now, as long as it's a bullet pass, he's good. But if it's a pass that has to have air, or it's a pass that demands touch, he can't make it. That's why I tell you, I told them last week, I said, going up against this Cole Kelly kid, it's like a high school kid going up against a pro prospect. And so I'm asking you, am I correct in believing that if Willie trusts this kid out next year, the alumni is going to get very ugly? Because one thing you got to keep in mind, they gave Willie almost $500,000 this summer. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't think it was well spent the way they looked at last night. So I'm asking you, what are your thoughts on that?
Wait. Now, so hold on. Let me answer that. You do know that we were like 1-10 before Willie got there, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So if Willie is gone 6-5, 9-2, and 9-3. So that is money well spent. Now let's talk about Rashawn Mckay. Now here's what I'm not going to do. You played a hand that you're dealt. He was the quarterback. He played as best he could. He got FAMU to 9-3. I'm going to tell you a secret. LSU don't have a quarterback. Oklahoma tried to figure out who their quarterback was.
Brad Johnson is not. He's not.
Finding a quarterback is the hardest thing to do. I'll tell you a secret, and we all know this. In the SWAC, how many good quarterbacks is it? 3? Max? That you trust? So finding a quarterback is just hard, period, at the FCS level. Unless you do what Southeastern did and get a kid that drops down. That's hard to do.
But I believe that you get that. You're in Tallahassee. You're in a warm weather state. You're in the capital city. You're in a city with 2 major universities. You got Florida State. You got Florida A&M. Everybody wants to come to Tallahassee. That's a college city. I don't think it would be that hard to go into that transfer portal and pull out up 2 Power 5 prospects to come to Tallahassee. When they come down on them 7 hills and see them women and see the love and what the legacy of Florida A&M, I don't think it's going to be too hard to get 2 transfer quarterbacks at Florida A&M. I really don't.
No, well, the question is not hard, or is it easy or hard? It's about getting the right guy.
Right,
see, this is the thing about it. When you look in this portal, and again, everybody's looking for a quarterback. Everybody's looking for a quarterback. Not on Florida A&M. You know what? Half the schools in SWAC are looking for a quarterback. Half the schools in the SEC are looking for a quarterback. Half the schools in the Big Ten are looking for a quarterback. You think Nebraska got a quarterback? They don't have a quarterback.
No. But
So-
you got
so
some
these
things
are the
that,
things-
listen, you got some things that those other schools can't offer. Like I said, you're in a city with 2 major universities. You're in the capital city, okay? You got a legacy, a storied history that everybody can't talk about. They said in 80 years, Florida A&M only had 12 losing seasons. That's a legacy. That's championship pedigree. Everybody knows either about that Florida A&M football team or they know about the Marching 100. It's not going to be hard for you to get 2 Power 5 transfers. Your thoughts?
No. So here's what I'm saying. I know that we're going to be looking for a quarterback because if you remember, we were looking for a quarterback. We thought potentially this kid from Kansas State was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Holcomb.
Yeah.
So we went and tried to do that. And whatever he did academically or not, like I said, again, I don't like the spirit room. He wasn't there to finish the task, to play.
Right.
So FAMU needs a quarterback. But what I will say this, I think the FAMU alumni have way more patience for Willie because we're moving in the positive direction. We fought and played hard in every game. Even this game, we played hard. We didn't play smart, but we played hard. We did not give up. And that's a good sign from a coach to have his players to play hard even when they know they're about to lose. Those kids still played hard at the end. So I think Willie has good grace with all the Florida A&M alumni. And I'm a big supporter of Willie. I've known Willie when he was, like I say, at Clemson.
I think that Willie is a bright spot in HBCU football. And I'm going to say this. Willie's offense comes from a guy named Tommy Bowden. You know who Tommy is.
Absolutely.
Tommy was at Clemson. Rich Rodriguez was his offense coordinator. That's the offense that Willie's running. But that offense calls for a dual threat quarterback who can run and throw equally well. This kid, to me, I wasn't impressed with his running ability, and I damn sure ain't impressed with his throwing ability. Your thoughts on that?
Well, here's the thing. Everything that you're saying is right. But I'm going to say this again. We played the hand that we were dealt. That was the hand we were dealt. So do we need an upgraded quarterback? I think everybody in this chat, everybody listening to this, believes that we do. I believe that we do. So I'm not going to argue that. See, because what I'm not going to do, because here's the thing I do know, is that it's a lot of pressure playing that quarterback position at all these schools.
Right.
And when you come in there in the hand that he got dealt, like you said, we were coming to win a championship this year because we knew, to your point, we knew we were stocked in everywhere else but the quarterback position.
That's right. That's right.
It's a hard job. That's why I give Shadur Sanders a lot of credit. He said, hey, man, we stopped. We should win. He said we should win. Basically, like, if I do my job, we're going to be good. Guess what? JSU 10-1. He did his job.
Well, Mr. Campbell, my final question. Everybody up here in Atlanta is keeping their eye on Bethune-Cookman. A lot of people are saying that Bethune-Cookman could go the way of Morris Brown. I don't want to feel that way, but I know that there are some financial problems down there. I know that they joined the SWAC because they follow behind FAMU. FAM is the big brother. They're the little brother. And my question to you, could you explain to us what's going on in Daytona Beach with Bethune-Cookman and their financial problems?
Well, this all started back with their president and their comptroller and their malfeasance with those loans that they got for that dormitory. And they're a private school. This is what happens when you're a private school. You don't have the leeway like a state school.
Right.
They don't get where they just start getting funded from state for. I think DeSantis gave them some money. But this is what happened when you only make money from the people that come to school and donations and from the alumni. If you don't mess with, if you mess with the money, you're going to have what you got down Bethune-Cookman. My daughter went down Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman was a great school. She's making a bunch of money. But Bethune, like I say, they're a private school. They got problems. And you know what the problem is, too? That's why they're going to have a problem hiring a coach. That's why Reggie Theus is the basketball coach and the AD, who ain't never had that job before.
Right.
They tried to get a 2-for-1 because that's all they could do. The coach had to go on furlough. That's not going to make a happy coach when you ain't getting checks.
Right.
That is a problem.
Right.
So that's why I think we're at.
Scotty, I want to thank you for this opportunity. You know, I love Mr. Campbell. I love you, Scotty. Listen, hopefully we can do this again. And y'all just have a good night, okay?
All right, you too, Mr. Ford. Anytime.
Okay, now.
All right. All right, Mr. Campbell. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right. You know, I had to let the old heads listen. You know, sometimes you just got listen. Sometimes you gotta sit back and let the old heads talk. You know what I'm saying? You just sit back and just soak up the information. That's all you can do when old heads talk. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta let it. You gotta let it. You gotta let it do. You gotta let it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? So you just sat back, just okay. Now listen, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing that I disagree with Mr. Campbell on. Right? The playoff system. The playoff system is not a snapshot of right now. The playoff system, and I'm shutting down I'm not gonna shut them down. The playoff system that I'm talking about is a foreshadowing of just great competition, right? Because let's say it like this. If Norfolk State did go 11-0 and you had a 9-2 FAMU team, you had a 10-1 Jackson State team, and then you had 8-2 or 8-2 MEAC team, right? All that's going to happen is the cream rises to the top. All right. So if you 11-0, show us why you 11-0. It's just good football. And cream is going to rise to the top. So it is what it is. That's my thing. So it's not a snapshot of just today. All right. I'm not talking about just a snapshot of today. It's just something that you want to see the cream of the crop, the best of what you have from both conferences, go at it and see if they're going to. Because listen, any given Saturday, a team can get knocked off. All right. Any given Saturday, a team can get knocked off. So that would be my only, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm like, I don't agree. But I'm a firm believer in playoffs. Listen, if you're gonna stick to the stigma of we're never going to win in the FCS playoffs, we're never going to, 0-19 is going to be 0-20, 0-21. Okay, live in the SWAC Celebration Bowl, do what you do, be the 13th ranked conference, and just have fun at what you do. Hey, what's up, Mr. Campbell?
Well, yeah, well, hold on, bro. Listen, I don't want the conversation to get off on the wrong thing. Hey, bro, let's get back on what you said about who Alabama State had as potential coaching hires. I need you to go back over that list again so we can break that down.
All right, so
because you threw that out in the middle of that. That is way more important than any. I want to talk about that. So I'll hang up. So I need you to slow down and go back over that list again so we can trash Alabama State real quick in this chat. That's what I need to do. All right.
All right, peace. All right, so look, I'm gonna do a full show on Monday. All right. Well, I can just do it now. I can just kind of do it now. All right. So So from what I've been told from a lot of Alabama State alumni who are very close to the situation, very close to the situation. The reason that the list of candidates did not come out is because they were pretty damn good. All right. And from what I got from a very prominent alumni is saying that he's like, Scotty, Alabama State is a good job. Like, he's like, let's be mindful. It's a very good job, right? So the coaches that he told me that were interested was Kevin Sumlin, all right, Hugh Jackson. Now, they showed interest. I'm going to say that again. I'm not saying they got an interview. I'm not saying that they were brought in. They showed interest to the program, okay? It was Kevin Sumlin, Hugh Jackson, Al Pugh from the DB coach, Damian Craig, he's a former Alabama State guy, and he's the wide receiver coach at Texas A&M. TC Taylor, from what I've been told, TC Taylor showed interest in the position. What else? Who else? Jay Hobson showed interest in the position. So they did not have a lack of candidates. They did not have a lack of candidates for the Alabama State position, and yet and still they went with the real estate agent. That's I want to put names to faces, all right? Because I don't like people just living in obscurity. So let me. I want to put a face to the name so you know exactly who we're talking about right now. All right. So when you see something and when you like, oh, shoot, that's the guy. Listen, this dude right here, Dr. T. Quentin Ross. All right, let me see if I can get it bigger. Can y'all? I hope y'all can see. Let me zoom in for that. This guy. All right, Quentin Ross, Quentin T. Ross Jr. The only reason, and I have it on good authority, the only reason that he got the job out of all the reasons that he got the job is because Eddie Robinson Jr. and Quentin T. Ross Jr. are frat brothers. That's the only thing that qualified him to have a job at Alabama State. Oh, and let's not also forget who else his frat brother was. Let me put y'all on game on that too. All right, Quentin T. Ross Jr., I want y'all to remember that name. And I want y'all to remember this dude right here. Let me see. If y'all can see, I hope y'all can see that. Can y'all see the middle? Can y'all see that offensive lineman in the middle? The offensive lineman in the middle, right? That guy right here. These are the board of trustees member right here. The offensive lineman in the middle, Daryl Hutchison. He is also the president of the board of trustees. All right. He is also a frat brother of Eddie Robinson Jr. All right. So this is what you call a good old boy system. You're telling me that Eddie Robinson Jr. is more qualified to be a head coach than, and come on, guys. Like, I want y'all to really think. Why didn't I understand? I understand. Listen, you know what? I'm in the breaking news business, bro. I'm in the breaking news business today. All right. So I got it on good authority from somebody in my Instagram. Let me see if I can. Let me see. All right. Let me see this. Right. So him. So you got Hutchison and you got Quentin T. Ross, right? He hooked his homeboy up. Exactly. He hooked his homeboy up. So you're telling me that Eddie Robinson Jr., who has first of all, anybody who you told, hey man, you know Eddie Robinson Jr. got that job. You know what they said? The first thing they said, who? Who is that? Who is that? Now listen, this is what I cannot do. I can't blame an AD who answers to the president. I can't blame that because I don't know on good authority that the AD did or did not want the guy, right? So I can't blame somebody who has to answer to somebody. So think about this. If the president tells the AD, this is the guy I want, what does the AD do? What is the AD? The AD gonna say no? Is that what the AD is gonna say? He's not gonna say that because he's probably gonna lose his job. So if he's agreeing with it, it is what it is. If he's not in agreement, he can't do nothing about it. You got to take the L. He answers to the president. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no different than if you was at your job and the vice president comes down and says, hey, I want to hire this guy. And you know the guy's bad, but what you going to do? You got to hire him because he overrules you. Right? So I'm not saying the AD didn't want the guy. I'm not saying the AD did want the guy. What I'm saying is I can't blame the AD because of the fact of the matter is I don't know, because we know the connection between the board of trustees and the president. We know that connection. So you telling me those two board of trustees and the president of the university is not going to overrule the AD? Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? But I'm telling you, Monday, you ain't going to want to miss Monday's show. You don't want to miss Monday's show. All right? That's all I'm saying. You don't want to miss Monday's show. We're going to talk about that on Monday. All right? Because there's some other stuff I got to break. But on Monday midday, Monday around 1 or 2 o'clock, make sure you tune in to Off Script. It's listen, if you can't watch me, just make sure I'm in your ear, okay? Just make sure I'm in your ear because it's gonna be a lot of smoke. I'm gonna be bringing a lot of smoke. I'm gonna be bringing a lot of smoke on Monday. All right, I'm telling you that right now. But I am about to get up out of here, guys. So listen, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I can speak from experience, fraternity life. It might be serious. It might be serious, but let me tell you this. If this hire does not work out for Alabama State, hey, yeah, make sure you turn into my podcast. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Spotlight. Appreciate it. Oh, he did warn y'all. He did. He called in and warned y'all. He did do that. I got to give him credit. Mike did do that. He did. He called in and everything. Oh, that's funny. But let me tell you this. If this hire does not work, you got to fire your president. You got to fire your president because this is not. He either needs to not make sports decisions or he needs to be relieved because you're putting your program behind the 8 ball. And we all know what football does to the Title IX sports, like Coach Hart called in and talked about it. You got to make this happen. All right. He has to go. Oh, he's my frat brother. That makes him qualified to be a head coach. He was selling real estate. And half of y'all Bamas are the same Bamas who was clowning Dion and clowning Jackson State for bringing Dion in. He's never coached. He's never done this. He's never done that. He's never coached at the college level. And you're okay with this Bama who was selling real estate? Real estate. Helping you get a mortgage. Helping you get homeowners insurance. And you're okay with that. And in his press conference, he was coaching his son's little league team. It wasn't even football. He was coaching his son's little league football. Little league baseball team. And this is what you're okay with. I got Alabama State people being so optimistic. Oh my God, Eddie, he was an Alabama State legend. I don't mean shit when it comes to football. How many of these old white men who coaching these teams are legends at the school they're coaching at? Don't worry, I'll wait. Not many of them. Some of the best coaches have never played the game of football. But you so he's an Alabama State alum. Oh, he made it to the NFL. Oh, he did this. But he was selling. If he was so good, why was he selling real estate? Okay. It gives me a headache. It gives me a headache when I think about it. It gives me a headache. So, man. All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. So, and how's that going for him? That's a great example. Scott Frost, a Nebraska alum. How is that going for him? He was killing it down in UCF, goes up to Nebraska, stinking up the joint. So all them alums are not made equally, okay? All those alums are not made equally. And if you're an Alabama State alum or you know the Alabama State trustee, I hope you clip this and tell them Scotty got on your ass because this is probably the dumbest hire in the quintessential book of dumbness, right? He is such a random NFL player. I mean, pure random. He's the kind of guy you would see at the grocery store and wouldn't even run up to ask for his autograph because you don't know him. You don't know him. You know Eddie George. You know Deion Sanders. You know Kevin Sumlin. You know Hugh Jackson. He is a random. We all thought he was Eddie Robinson's son. You'll be lying. Everybody outside of the state of Alabama was like, Eddie Robinson's junior son? You talking about the Grambling legend? Oh my God. He's coaching? That's amazing. You Google it, he's dead. God rest his soul. God rest his soul. So, once again, it is what it is. So, make sure you clip this. Send it to the board of trustees. Send it to all them Bamas up there. I don't give a damn. Quentin T. Ross Jr., listen, it better work out for you. Because if it don't, I'm on your ass, Mr. Postman. I don't care if you was a Senate, this committee member of Obama. Yeah, I read your bio. You can hire football coaches. You cannot hire football coaches. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So listen up, guys. Listen, I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure you tip your waitresses. All right. Cash App. You already know. Appreciate any donations. Anybody want to become a member? Definitely click on the link above. And listen, until next time, be on Monday, the Kofi, the Afterglow show with Kofi. You know he a rattler. So you know he a rattler. Like that meme with the guy getting in the car. That's gonna be me. Oh man, that is real. That's real. That's gonna be me on Monday. So anyway, Kofi show on 7:30. Please make sure you got the notifications on. You know how I do. I'm very spare at the moment. I go on live whenever I feel like it. And midday Monday, listen. Midday Monday. I know you Bamas be working hard. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss the show on Monday. I'm breaking every bit of news I get. Okay. I've been getting news all weekend. I'm breaking everything I'm getting. All right. Period. So you're definitely going to want to be there. You're definitely going to want to call in, and we definitely going to have a conversation about it. All right. So listen up. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.